Yeah, I'll go.
If you tip me out on the floor,
no,
you're in trouble.
You're safe.
I've been in a wheelbarrow for ages.
It's like pushing a feather.
Yeah, of course it is.
Like pushing feathers. Many feathers.
Many feathers, through tons.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the wheelbarrow, but the limousine is in
Oh,
repair.
it's unfortunate.
1, 2 and 3. Ciao, it is a beautiful day and benvenuti to LaVitaVariety. Just take a quick look at this clip from just over a month ago.
But this will now be ready for next year. I grew climbing Borlotti beans on here and they were beautiful last year. There are some other videos where you'll see them where they're all hanging down. It was really pretty, so I'll do that again. I'm always tempted to line the whole walkway because they were so pretty, but we'll see what Francesco thinks. It's quite a lot of work for him to start making these for me. But anyway, I shall continue now.
Well, that was Julie's hint that she'd like more of these. She has gone away for the weekend with some friends to Mansley. We live in Norfolk, in England, in the eastern side. So today is Friday afternoon. She will be back on Sunday lunchtime. So I thought I'll do a little surprise for her. I will take this down and replace the whole thing with a complete new pergola, which will go from here all the way to the end over there, which is approximately 6 meters. And just to check before I go and buy any material, I'll place my tape measure here. And I'll go all the way over here, and there it is, it's just over 6 meters. I do have a rough idea in mind, but nothing concrete yet, as a lot will depend from the timber that I'll be able to buy. However, the general idea is that I will have 5 posts on each side, not very big, because this is only flimsy anyway, so maybe about 5 centimeters square in thickness, and that will be the main support for the structure. So if you can imagine this corridor, and like a square, and on the sides I'll make some trellis, and in the middle I'm planning to have a little door both sides, so that this side of the vegetable patch and that side will also be accessible without having to go all the way around. So that is broadly my design. Depending on what I can find, I might be able to do a little arch on the top if I can find a thin enough wood. If not, something like this. So I'll go and buy the wood and I'll see you later. Hello there, I'm back and I've got the timber. And I had to use my initiative. I decided to buy 20 gravel boards rather than specific timber which was made to size. And this is because, having looked at the price list and measurements and what was available, I saved a lot of money, and I'll show you how. Hopefully you'll be able to see this piece of paper. Earlier I mentioned that the size I was looking for was approximately 5 centimeters, and I was looking to buy something like that, 2.4 by 47 by 47 at 5.24 per piece. But then I spotted over here that I could buy gravel board, which is not as admittedly as thick as 47, but is 150 millimeters wide, still the same length, 2.4. So I have got a circular saw. So from each piece of gravel board, effectively I can get 3 pieces of timber that I need, the 47 or the 50 width. So that will save me something like £3 per piece. In the whole project, costing it, as I was thinking to do it by buying a specific cut wood, it would have been just over £200. Like this is costing me £84 and 32 pence. So the accountant in me kicked it in and creativity. So tomorrow morning we will start working on it. It's getting dark now. I'll go in and do some cooking, and then hopefully it will look okay. See you in the morning. Bye. Buongiorno and welcome back. It is just past 8 o'clock and it is beautiful now, but when I came out this morning there was a layer of frost outside and the temperature was just above 0. Clearly it's increasing quite considerably, so as the day progresses I suspect I will be stripping off. I've got quite a few layers on. Very keen to make a start, but before I remove these and prepare the ground, I just wanted to show you another clip, and that is from last summer. If you take a look, this is what the pergola looked like when it was full of beans, and we made a video actually, and the video is on the tortellinotime channel. If you would like to see, by all means click up here. But also I'm likely to post this specific video on both channels, my tortellinotime channel where I do a lot of Sicilian and Italian cooking, but also on LaVitaVariety channel, so that people who have not seen it might have the opportunity to switch around. Anyway, let's make a start. I'll show you first of all the tools I'll be using today. Whenever I do any DIY projects, especially in the garden, I like to make sure that I've got all of my tools I'm going to need out so that I don't get stuck halfway through. So today I'll be supported by a large chisel to loosen up the ground in case I need it to do so when I put the stakes in, a hammer and nails, a larger hammer and a big sledgehammer here, and some wire to mark the ground. Here is a spirit level, gloves of course, and a tape measure, and some of my workings, and a pencil and pencil sharpener, calculator, water, very important, so that I keep hydrated. I will need the jigsaw towards the end to make it look prettier, and a lot of screws. This is my safety hat, and I have got a camera mounted on it so that I might be able to capture some of the close images to make the video more dynamic. In the absence of Julie, I've got my trusted tripods and camera set up. On the heavier tool sections, I've got my circular saw, which I mentioned yesterday, and this is a bench saw, which I will be using also to cut angles, but also when I need to cut some of those pieces of wood in smaller pieces. Extension lead plugged to a safety trip switch in case things go wrong. I'm on my own, so I cannot really risk it. And lastly, I've got a couple of microphones attached to me. One is a contingency plan in case anything goes wrong, as in the past I've been caught out. So I'll make a start by removing the old pergola, but I will keep it in one piece, as I know what Julie's like, and she's likely to put it somewhere else. These are canes, bamboo canes, and they are only hammered into the ground, so they come out very easily. And that will be a very similar principle I will use when I do it with the timber later. So I'll get the ground ready, and I'll show you what I've got in mind to keep all of my posts straight in one line. So with the old pergola gone, I've used some of the new gravel boards as a guide so that I can keep a straight line when I put the stakes down. Clearly it's not perfect, but I'm not building a house, I'm building a pergola in a vegetable patch. But it is nice that it's as straight as possible, as when you will look it from the front, you will see if it's slightly out. So like this, it should be good. So the next job is to cut some of those gravel boards into 3 pieces so that I can use them as my posts and stakes in the ground. So back to my saw, and the first job is to ensure that I can cut my wood in 50 centimeters pieces, and I've got a little guide here which is adjustable, and my blade. Also I've got a piece of timber which happens to be the right size, so I'll put that in between the blade and my guide, and I'll move this across so that it's nice and straight, and I will secure it. And that is perfect. As the gravel board will go through, it will give me the exact width I'm looking for. Also the blade is a little bit low, so I need to raise it. And I'll do that with this handle, which adjusts the height of the blade. That's plenty there. And now I can secure it. And I'm ready to cut through my gravel boards and save money. And there I am, in no time at all. I've got 3 stakes ready for my pergola. I need 10, as I mentioned yesterday, so I'll do the rest, and I'll see you in a little while. So I've cut plenty, and the next job is to make a little point, as these will be going into the ground, and I will hammer them down. So I've got this bench saw here, which is great, as I can adjust the angle, and I'll just do a little pointy here and here, so that it's considerably easier when I hammer them through. So I'll adjust this to 45 degrees, like so. I'll position this end here in the middle, like so, and off I go. And I'm ready to make a start, and I'm planning to make the inside of my pergola 1 meter wide, and that will also match the inside of the little pergola as we come into the vegetable patch. But I will be cutting the top bars of my pergola 1 meter and 20, and that will give me 10 centimeters overhang on each side, which I can then cut with the jigsaw so that it's good to look at. And also, being 1 meter and 20, and this is 2 meter 40, I will end up with no waste. And to show you what I mean, here's my measurement. The first post will go here, and the other post on the opposite side will go here, which is exactly 1 meter. So I will do that all of the way, but I'll do the right hand side first, and then I'll move on to the left hand side. In terms of height, the previous pergola was 6 foot or just over 1.8 meters, which is exactly my height. So what I'll do this time though, I'll make it 10 centimeters higher so that there is a little bit more clearance. That means that being that my posts are 2.4 meters, they can go into the ground approximately half a meter. And I'm going to be using this little stake first so that I can drive into the ground first, and I will prepare the ground for me so that I don't have to struggle when I do the big one. And when I do jobs like this, to avoid damaging my wood, I use a big piece of timber so that I hammer it and it's easier and I do not damage the stakes. Okay, I'm happy that he's giving me a good start, so I can take it off and put the proper post in now. But before I put the post in the ground, I'm marking it at 190 centimeters so that I know when to stop. And off I go. I might have to get a ladder, but let's see how it goes. And the ladder it is, and I think it's going to be a mixture of using this hammer, also the big sledgehammer, but if I get to a point where I can no longer go through because it's quite a rocky ground, I might have to cut the top to make it 190. So let's see how it goes. Well, it seems to be going down, but I switched to the heavy duty sledgehammer so that it's easier. And here is my marker. I reached pretty much the top of my board on the floor, which means I've got 1.90 meter clearance. So I will now do the rest of the posts. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you watch all of them. And then I'll do also the left hand side, and I'll come back to you once they're all erected and we can do the top. See you soon. I nearly forgot to mention, to ensure that I land where I want to land for each post, I'm placing one of the 2.4 meter posts at the beginning of my post here, all the way along, and where my next post is going to go, it's in the middle, so that it will lodge on the top, and then the next post will start. So I'm using these as templates as well to ensure that they all line up. And 2 hours later, and they're all up. Admittedly, it was a little bit harder than I thought. The ground is quite rocky underneath, and I'd actually had to really hammer them down. But they're up now, so it's done. The next job is to put the ones across, and I'm going to show you what I'll do there. I've built a little template so that it will be easier for me to cut it with the jigsaw eventually. Imagine this is one of the posts coming up from the ground, and this is going to be one of the pieces of timber which will go across. And that will slot in like so, and that will be the 10 centimeters overhang I was referring to, which I will then cut with a jigsaw to make it look better. My plan is to put the template here, and I'll mark it with a pencil on the inside, and then I'll go with the jigsaw and remove the inner bit so that I can slot the bit that goes across. I'll show you as I do one, then I'll do the rest, and I will be ready to start putting the structure together. You might be wondering why I didn't do this job before I put them up. That is quite simple, because that would have made the whole thing considerably weaker and the wood would have broken. So like this, I can quickly do it with the jigsaw. So I've done 3 lines with the jigsaw, and I will now be going across, and that should just come off quite easily. And that should be perfect. Let's have a look. Wonderful. And I'm ready to move on. I've cut one of the pieces of timber for the top, and that measures 1.2 meters, as I mentioned before, a little overhang for the sides. The internal measurement will be 1 meter, just like the bottom. And I have marked this piece of wood, which is my little overhang, like so, a little mark over here, at the bottom where it meets the vertical post, and a curvature, so that I will remove this piece with the jigsaw, and it will look much better. I'll do all of them. I'll cut them all first, and then I can put them all in position, and we should be pretty much on home stretch then. See you in a little while. And there you go, look, having made them all the same, I can safely type them in, and this is going to be the edge against the outside, and obviously being that they're all the same, that would be exactly 1 meter the measurement on the inside. So I'll just type them in with the hammer, and I'll do the rest. And they're all up and they're all level, but still a little bit wobbly, because I now need to do the ones which go on top the other way. And I'm going to show you what I've done. I have cut them so that will be the front, similar to the sides, but then I've indented each piece so that it will go and lock on top of my frame, and I've done 3 indentations here and at the back, and that being 2.4 meters will take care of 3 posts, and I'll show you what that does. So this will go here, and it will lock this post. The middle one will go here, and for the third one I've just chopped the end bit, and I will be securing with some screws against this post like so. and I'll do that on the other side. For the middle, similar job, and then I'll do the other bits as well. My phone is ringing. See you in a little while. And the structure is complete. All of the bits of timber on the top have been cut and shaped and secured from the top with screws both ways. And yeah, I'm very pleased with it. And it's quite steady. And this timber is treated and it actually is still very, very wet. So over the next few months it will dry completely and it will set a little bit more. From that camera you should be able to see a better view from the side to give you a little bit of an indication of the scale. So the next job now is to build some fences, or actually some trellis I should say, and that will make it complete, but also it will enhance its look. And let's see how we get on with time. I might have to borrow some time tomorrow morning because it's taking longer than I thought. But also it's getting a little bit breezy, so I'm going to put a jumper on. So I'll crack on with some trellis and then we can see what they start looking like. See you soon. Now trellis are quite fun thing to make, and I've made many in the garden, different sizes and shapes. Julie has got plenty of requests for me. All you need is nails, hammer and some wood, and of course a little bit of patience. And I will be making them 2.40 m again, but the height is going to be 1.60 m, giving me the opportunity to be slightly off the ground, especially on that side of the board where it's slightly higher, and there will be a little bit of a gap, which is perfectly okay for the beans to climb. Also, I have spaced them 40 centimeters apart, and that will give me then 40 centimeter squares, which would be absolutely perfect for what we need. I'll just quickly show you what I do, and if you want to make your own, then you know how to. Of course, the most important thing to do is to get the frame square, and I have marked my timber 40 centimeters apart with a permanent marker here. And so I'll just do the perimeter first, and that'll give me a nice steady structure, and then I will fill them in with the timber which I already cut. And by the way, from each gravel board I have achieved 6 pieces of 2 centimeters pieces of timber, again making the best of the wood I've got now. Ideally I could have done with using a flat surface, but I do not have such a luxury today, so the grass will be fine. Also do ensure that if you make your own, to use galvanized nails, as they will not rust and they will last forever. And there I am, I finished securing the outside perimeter, and I can now start doing the infilling. Again, I've marked the wood here at 40 each point, so that that'll be very easy and straightforward. And even if you were to buy wood which is already pre-cut, like I was going to do yesterday, making your own trellis, it's considerably cheaper than buying them already made. At the very least half the price, so there you have it. So not to mention the satisfaction of making your own, of course. Perfect. And that is 40 centimeter squares, which is absolutely perfect, as I mentioned before. Plenty of space for the climbing Borlotti beans to have lots of fun. And here it is, my first trellis is finished. And I'll just show it to you, and we can put it in place actually to see what it looks like. Here it is, look. From beginning to end, about 15 minutes. Not bad at all, really. So let's go and put it in place and see what it looks like. And I will start from this end, which is where I started the project this morning. And if I've done my workings right, it should just fit perfectly. I have decided to put it on the inside of the pergola rather than the outside, so that I do not cover this little feature here. And I will be putting 3 screws on the top and 3 screws on the bottom. Doesn't need more than that, as it is not going to go anywhere. The first one is going to be a little bit more difficult, but I'm there now. I'm aligning the trellis with the edge of the pergola, and off I go with the first screw. I can now use that to hold the rest of the pergola without getting a hernia. And that is perfect, number 3, and it's staying up. I'll secure the bottom now. And that is perfect, all done, and it's very steady, very pleased. So I'll make the rest of the trellis and I'll put them up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, yes, an update before the end of the day. I've just finished cutting all of the remaining timber for the remaining 3 trellis, and it's getting dark now. It's 5:20, so I'll tidy up and I'll put them together tomorrow morning. I should have them done in about an hour, then I can put them up and then do some finishing touches, and there should be plenty of time before Julie gets here by midday. It'll be interesting to see her face when she sees the new pergola. So arrivederci for now. Thank you for watching so far, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye. Buongiorno and welcome back. It is another lovely day, just past 8 o'clock, a little bit breezy, but absolutely beautiful, just like yesterday. Lovely. Tomorrow is going to be lovely as well, apparently, and the day after, bit of rain coming. But on the other hand, if we don't get any bad weather, how do we appreciate days like this? So, how did I do? Do you think I should get a job as a weatherman? I don't think so. Anyhow, I've just finished making the other 3 trellis, and here they are in position 1, 2 and 3. So what I'll do next, I'll put them up just like I did yesterday, the same height, and then all I've got left to do is just some finishing touches to make the whole pergola look even better. So maybe 15-20 minutes and I'll be back with you. See you shortly. And all of the trellis are up and I'm very pleased. It's a perfect fit, and actually they also make the entire structure considerably more robust. So the last thing I want to do is to do some finishing touches, and I've got this timber left from the 1.6 meter bars, and I was thinking to do something like this. I've got my saw which I cuts in angles, and I can put them here and the other side, and that will provide a little bit more structure to the entire pergola, but also would make it look much better. And also I'm thinking to do the same here at the front and the very back. I will be most probably using the trellis here, and I'll do something like this both sides, and also I'll do the same at the very back. So I'm just going to cut the wood and then we can finish it off, and that'd be interesting to see what Julie makes of it. And I'm back, handful of bits of wood. I'll show you what they look like. So I'll place them over here like so, and another one over here like this, all the way. And actually I also decided to do the sides where the trellis are, as it will make it stronger, but also it'll look even better. So I'll put them all up, and then hopefully we'll be there. Maybe one more thing, but let's see how we get on with this. Not too bad. And here is my last one, all done. I was thinking that maybe I could have put a little arch in here, but when I looked in the garage, my wood is too thick, and even if I cut with the saw, it would break. So I decided to do the same as the others. These are the doors, by the way, which connect the pergola to the side gardens. Now, what I'll do, also Julie's getting back in about an hour. She texted me that she's going to be back at 11 instead of 12, so I'm running out of time anyway. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly give you a little tour inside the pergola, and then next time you'll see me will be when Julie gets here, and interesting to see. I'll just do a quick tidy up and I'll show you the inside. And I'm ready. I'll just grab the camera, and I will start from this angle, as I've not taken too many clips from here, and you'll get a better appreciation of the scale of the pergola. And you can see that over there is the raised border, and that is no problem, as I've made the posts to match the ones on the right, and they're level. Here is the inside of the right hand side and the opening, and I'll move forward to the second part of the pergola, and I'll turn around, and here's the other side, and I'm not sure there is much to see really, but I'm quite excited. And here's the other side. I'll just move over there and I'll show you the view from another angle. And this is a much better angle. The sun is behind me, and it's much clearer. I can see that on the camera, but also you can see the original pergola, which is the gate to our vegetable patch, and a much better scale of the project. Looks absolutely wonderful, and the climbing Borlotti beans are going to have a wonderful time. And I'm done and the job is complete. If you like what I do, subscribe to the channel. It's free, it's fun. We do different things, not just building pergolas, fixing things around the house. And of course, there is also Tortellino Time, my Italian channel where I do lots of Sicilian cooking. I'm going to go inside now and wash, and next time you will see me, will be with Julie. Arrivederci for now and see you in a little while. Bye. In you go then.
Hold tight.
Yeah, I'll go.
If you tip me out on the floor,
no,
you are in trouble.
You're safe.
I've been in a wheelbarrow for ages.
There you go.
All right, okay. Hold tight.
Shut.
Yep, I'm shut.
Okie dokie, off you go.
But be warned, if you were to tip me out, I might. Oh, you're not doing your back in.
No, you're good. It's like pushing a feather.
Yeah, of course it is.
Like pushing feathers. many feathers.
Many feathers, through tons. I feel like I'm about to be tipped up backwards.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the wheelbarrow, but the limousine is in for
Oh,
repair.
it's unfortunate. Ooh.
Okie dokie, just a moment, stay there. So as I say, don't get too excited. After 3, you can open your eyes, okay? Mm-hmm. Do you want to get off the wheelbarrow first or stay in the wheelbarrow? It's entirely up to you.
I'm positioned myself more comfortably. Right, I'm coming at this side, okay? Try not to let me fall out of the wheelbarrow.
I won't, okay.
That would be humiliating.
Humiliating. After 3, you can open your eyes, okay? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, wow. Somebody got carried away. Oh, that looks lovely.
You like it?
Oh my God, we'll be having beans for days, won't we?
for years. We could be Sainsbury's supplier.
Thank you, my love.
Okay.
Oh wow, that looks so lovely.
Come in.
Let me come and have a look. Oh, so you took the other one down as well?
Of course I did, yes.
Oh my God, they're not going anywhere in a hurry, are they?
Nope.
Oh, it's lovely. Won't it be lovely in the summer?
Yeah, and then you can get through that.
Yes,
So.
genius. Yeah, absolute genius. Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I will work my way round. Lovely. Really.
Just imagine
lovely
what it's going to be like when it's full of beans.
Full of beans and things. Yeah. Yes. Well, I'll need to get some more seeds for my beans. It will.
And she seems to be pleased. One of the comments was, it's a little bit on the squiff. But there you are. It's a pergola in a vegetable patch. Anyhow, that is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you watched until the end, hopefully you've enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it, of course. And if you have made anything similar yourself in the past and you've got pictures, why don't you share them in my Facebook page? I've got a tortellinotime Facebook page, which I'll put in the description as a link. And also I'll put it in the comments maybe, and it'd be lovely to see anything that you've done, or if you need any advice for a squiffy pergola. Well, thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day, and I'll see you later. Ciao for now.
Ciao.